If you are here, you're a very special unicorn indeed.
Hi, if you feel like you've never fit into this world, you're at the right place. This is Unicorn Visions, and I am Becky, and I'm here to bring you a message from the Unicorn Collective Spirit Guides, which are the real ones, okay? And what I'm hearing is that you've never really felt connected in this world. You never really felt like you could really fully connect with another person because there was always some sort of a buffer in between being able to do that. And what I'm hearing is that was the design. And you're probably like, what? Well, because a real one could never fully connect to a false reality. Okay, so a real one could never fully connect to something that in and of itself is not real, and it's a simulated experience to develop something. So it's like a real being would never connect to a false program. Okay, so that's why you never really fully connected, and it's because you are about ready to graduate this bish, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Which means you've learned all of the techniques and energetic experiences and alchemization tactics and everything in this earth so far as to be able to reach liberation. So I'm hearing that you are liberated inside. When you meditate, you have reached spiritual equilibrium, liberation, nirvana, whatever you want to call it. It's when you meditate and you go within and all of the things in this world just fall away and you're just left with your beautiful essence, just shining clear in its own infinite glory. And I hear that it is a bliss, okay? And if you know, you know, okay? So with that being said, we are on to the fun times in Babylon, okay? 2:27 on the timer is what I'm seeing. Interestingly enough, 2:27. Do you remember that show 227 back in the day with Jackie? What are you telling me with that, spirit? Okay. Wow, okay, I'm just getting like this really weird downloaded message, and it's that one of you recently found out that your father is not actually your father, and there was some sort of like an affair that happened. Okay, this is, I think I need to get better at like, I am still like learning how to like tune my channel, and so just bear with me. I pick up a lot of things and a lot of frequencies, and that might very well be for one of you. Spirit is saying it's okay, and that in and of itself is something that you sort of signed up for before you came into this incarnation, to use this as sort of like karmic impact, or like it's like karmic interface, so that you can refine and hone your essence even further. So it's like giving, don't attach to it too much, see it for what it is, and then learn and grow. And it doesn't mean, you know, you're like walking around without any emotions, but it's knowing that you've earned the discernment now, where you keep what is effective and good for you to move forward, and you purge the rest, because it just takes up RAM, and that just slows your processing speed. So you've already learned the lesson, so why keep the files just hanging around like in the like to be deleted, when really you could just let it go now and just move forward. And yeah, it's giving you are having like a huge purge in your subconscious lately. in dream spaces. It's giving your dreams are really showing you a reflection of self that is like higher evolved. And because you know, like back in the day when you would have dreams and someone came at you and was doing some crazy stuff, you would just be like immediately reactive. I remember being younger and having dreams and like maybe having like a gun or something like that and trying to shoot it and like it wouldn't. Almost like there's I don't know, like it's like it was a thing that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do the action because we were in the subconscious layer and I was working through something energetically. And this is why we have time to sleep and rest, because we do a lot of processing in the downtime, right? So you process and integrate while you're sleeping, is what I'm hearing. And also you connect to the subconscious layers of the collective. And with that, you can actually start to heal and teach and do different things in the subconscious while you're in the dream state space, because we are all actually connected, okay? And that's giving what a star portal is. A stargate is really a gate from one third eye to another third eye, if you will, or one star to another star, because we're all connected to a star. Which brings me to this thing that that Spirit had sort of showed me about that and what like the three magi really are and what they sort of mean as far as consciousness goes. See, before we're born real, if you will, just like I said in the beginning, the reason why you never felt fully connected, like you could fully just connect, is because you were never meant to. You were never meant to connect to a machine. You're meant to connect to other beings that are your same species, but also individuated aspects of that sentient light code placed into beings that are eternal. Okay, so essentially you come to the womb matrix, which is also considered the life matrix or the file matrix, where you go through looping cycle. And this is, reincarnation. Okay. So it gives that what from all my downloads and all of these things, the number 38 has been coming through a lot. And it's because of the 3 and the 8, meaning that 3 8s are the 3 lives, if you will, or the 3 completed life womb cycles where you have gotten back to the remembrance of self and not lost your light. Okay, so if you do not lose your light for 3 consecutive cycles and you get back to your soul star in those 3 consecutive cycles, you become a true life file. Okay, and then essentially what happens is you have acquired your 3 magic eyes. So your 3 eyes, your 3 incarnations, your 3 inner eyes that you never lost, which are your solar discs. Okay, and these then the 3 that are made create the 4th. And this is why the 3 wise men, the 3 eyes, traveled to the new star of Bethlehem, because that is your true self, your true being in the 4th dimension. Okay, because the 4D is the real beginning. Okay, the 3rd is not whole yet. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. So the matrix is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd dimension, and this consists of being in an actual coded reality that is based in Python. And as as we ascend the frequencies, we get access to more technology to sort of remind us, and then it comes in gradually, and you know what I mean. So that's what I'm hearing. There was also something else. Oh, this is another thing that they were telling me, that with this being said, 9:22 on the timer, you are building your energetic coded signature for your next life during this life. So it is always the afterlife. You're always in the afterlife, is how this whole thing started. When I woke up the other day, I was hearing, playing with the Queen of Hearts, knowing it ain't really smart, The Joker in the or I don't know how it goes. Like, the Joker ain't the only fool who'll do anything for you. So that song was in my head, and I had like a whole Queen of Hearts download, which I'm going to tell you. But alongside of that was hearing You're Always in the Afterlife. And then right after it, simultaneously, You're Always in the Before Life. And essentially where we are right now is a rehearsal. So this is a big, huge dress rehearsal for your final avatar form that is being created in the plasma realms simultaneous while you're here. And yeah, it's like a triangulation thing, okay? And this is what I'm hearing. So essentially, I looked up the word afterlife, which is 81. And interestingly enough, if you flip that around, it becomes 18. And that 18 went right off in my head that it's like the moon, okay? So your afterlife is like a reflection, if you will, the moon. That's like your past, okay? And then your sun is actually your next life. It's the emanating source. So you're constantly living in the past and the future, but really doing it in the here and now. So essentially, it's just like cycles of understanding that are developing your consciousness. And yeah, we're moving around and ambulating or whatever, everything, but this is really the mundane realm. And we are all actually moon children here, developing ourselves so that we can be born Anunnaki. Okay. Take what resonates, babe. But yeah, so, and it's interesting because Anunnaki is a new Naki, meaning a new doorway, a new alpha doorway, which is your alpha heart rate, and then also your brain, you know. And so essentially you're always in the in-between until you're born real. So essentially you're always like going from womb to womb, okay? And then I looked up the word before life, and before life is 83. And when you reverse that, it becomes the 38. And then we are back to the 3 cycles of 8. So you have to get through and keep your light through 3 full cycles. And then you are born real life, okay? And this is why everyone's obsessed with Israel, because it's like is real. Everybody wants to be born real, Israel, okay? And yeah, there was other stuff too. The Queen of Hearts was like a really interesting thing. Okay, yeah, so Queen of Hearts, when I looked it up, it is, oh, okay, I want to start with this. About the Queen of Hearts. So Spirit showed me that the Queen of Hearts is like a representation, okay? You know how she's always like, off with their heads, right? Well, Spirit showed me that when you take off a head, you actually reveal a heart, okay? So when you take off the head, you take away any sort of ability to think your way through, like, basically being false or fake or non-authentic, right? So when you take the head away, all you have left is the heart. And the heart is the thing that is weighed and judged. And this is why the Queen of Hearts is like, off with their heads, we got to check the heart, okay? And, you know, the whole Alice in Wonderland thing, that's a whole different rabbit hole to go down. But this is just what Spirit was showing me, okay? And so Queen of Hearts in Chaldean is 57, and the factors of 57 are 3 and 19. 3, 19. So 3 cycles, 19 is the sun card. Okay, so see how this is like connecting for me? This is just, I'm showing you these connections. So 3 suns attained. Okay, then also in English it is 154. 154 has the factors of 2, 7, and 11. So 2 7s equals 77. And then times 11 is 847. And so this is the 8, right? It's a gateway. So essentially, I wrote down the 2 7s become a 77, and then they go through the gateway. And when they go through the gateway, they see themselves reflected. So, and that's why it's 847, because 8 is the loop, and 47 happens to be silver, and the moon is like a silver screen. It's a reflected surface. Like we're in a computer simulation. And if you've ever seen someone like sort of like online, if you ever see them glitch and it goes to like that weird gray screen, and then all of a sudden they kind of like come out of it like sand, and then it like becomes clear again, you could be like, yeah, well, that's a technology glitch. Okay, but you're creating that with your you're like receiving that as a reflection. Okay, and so essentially you are that. You are playing around in a sandbox of illusory code, if you will, or basically it is, like I've said, you're basically in a program that is developing you, okay? And so it's a silver screen. And when you see that, it's actually a silver gray screen, okay? And then this is why the grays are the G ray, which actually means gamma ray, but gray is neutral, right? So if you're not light or dark, you become neutral, and neutral is like the new trial, and it has to do with you know, moving into a unity based reality, okay? But the grays are literally interdimensional. So it's giving that the true beings that run this whole thing are us, are our ancestors, our parents, our true like beautiful fucking gorgeous relatives, okay? And they are outside of this because we're in the time space. So they're outside of the time space rooting us all on. And what does rooting on means? You know, planting seeds, having us grow, having us learn. They're rooting us, rerooting us so that we can learn, grow until we attain our soul star. So we come from a seed to a star, and then we graduate, okay? And it's giving 3 cycles gets you to the gold, okay? And then also, Queen of Hearts is also 660 in the Latin or the Torah, right? So 660, we already know that 66 means love, and then 0 for me is the 0 point. And yeah, what was I gonna, oh, and then okay, also with Chaldean, the Queen of Hearts being 57 is Lanthanum. And if you look at the so like Lanthanum, okay, is 57. If you look at Lanthanum on the royal chemistry, you get, it looks like a camera lens, and it's because they use these in camera lenses. So you are actually inside of the camera, if you will, lensing yourself into reality. And then when you reach the blue kachina, which is really like your vagus nerve, and you get back into your heart, you then become real, okay? So that's what I heard. And interestingly enough, Lanthanum, its relative atomic mass is no other than 138. So you get out of the camera, you get out of the false reality, you become released from the reality of SIM code, if you will. This is why you have a cellular phone. This is why there's a SIM card in it. You're in a SIM, okay? But it's a consciousness developer, and we all signed up for this, and it is nothing to be afraid of because we've used it for like eons. And yes, it feels hard and bad because it is meant to feel that way, because that's how we learn and grow. But also your desire to want to do better and be better and leave things behind for other people to grow and learn is how we ultimately like overcame death and conquered the demiurge, if you will, which is like the doubt, fear, shame, all of that. Like we control it, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah, so the 38 is super important, and the 38 also represents an octopus, because octopus have 3 hearts and 8 legs, and so that's also interesting, because 2 above the hexagon of Saturn would be an octagon, and what is an octagon in our world but a stop sign? So it's like, yay, you can stop now. You've graduated, you've reached the end, and now it's time to graduate, if you will. Okay. 1944 on the timer. That is like kind of a lot. I wanted to do some cards for you guys, but thank you so much for listening to that, because I have been sort of like mulling it over in my head for like a few days, and kind of figuring out how I wanted to like download that and tell you guys, and I guess it just flowed. So yeah. All right, so let's get to some cards, and yeah. Okay. 20:55 on the timer. You guys, thanks for hanging out with me. We're getting to the cards now, okay? All right. For some reason, I'm being drawn to these. These are the Citadel deck. Let's see what Spirit has to say, okay? Spirit, you've been here with us, and we're so thankful for this message. We're thankful for more understanding of like why we're here, what we're here to do. And we love you so much. And thank you for being here always. And really always, it's always here, which is fucking cool. Okay, so thank you. Please bring a message through for the highest, best good of whoever is tuning into this. What do they need to know right now? Why did they click on this video other than like that information? What do they need to know? Okay, Spirit, come through with a message. We love you so much. Okay. I love you guys. Just want to say that. I've been seeing cherries everywhere lately. Like, it's like a fashion trend. Also just like, I love cherries. And it's interestingly enough, I kind of have been like really noticing that like trends in this world kind of start with me, but really I don't think it starts with me. It's just more proof that like when something comes into the psyche, all of a sudden you start notice, like it's kind of like that effect. Like if you get a new car, then you all of a sudden notice like all of the other cars that are the same car of that car. You know what I mean? But and I feel like when this is like coherence, okay? Like it's just giving that the synchronicities are happening often now, okay? The Patron coming out. Look at that card. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting a lot from this. Someone is teaching you, or you, Spirit, let's just say Spirit, okay? We're not going to externalize this shit. You, although there might be someone, but you are getting, like, Spirit is showing you how to use your hands. First of all, your magic hands, your cross keys, okay? Your hands, and how to, you might be working with a lot of mudras, but it's giving like you're getting gnosis, or understanding, higher understanding of how to ground the magic that you're knowing into the actual reality. Okay, because if you're always in the womb, and you're always in the life, and it's always the afterlife, and it's always the before life, then really this is like a full release of ramifications on your existence. Like you can let go of all of the things that have been solidified as truth in your reality, and then start to bend the space-time continuum with your energetic frequency, okay? Also, this says the Patron, okay? It says mentorship and finances. So, 2 things that I'm getting from this. First of all, it's giving you definitely keep a journal. You know, you just write stuff down, you meditate and take notes, okay? Meditate and take notes, all right? I love that. But it's giving you are in communion with an energy that is heart-based, just like yours. And this person is mentoring you, and also this mentorship is going to lead to increased finances, okay? Yeah. Yeah. It might even, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Look at it. Okay. You might also be writing a book that will be some sort of like thing that mentors other and helps them like increase their finances. Okay. But either way, your magic is being like upgraded and unlocked because you've gained entrance into the, I just heard the Ichabod Crane level. Ichabod Crane, wasn't that guy the headless horseman? See, Ichabod Crane was the headless horseman. He wore a pumpkin for a head. You might like the Smashing Pumpkins. You might be the Smashing Pumpkins. You might be Billy Corgan. If you are, say hi in the comments. No, I'm just kidding. That's funny though. No, but as far as the headless horseman, Ichabod Crane, okay. Once again, this is like a scary story, but if we sort of like flipped the script and look at it from maybe like an energetic thing, wasn't he, I don't know the exact story of Ichabod Crane in my head, but from what I'm like remembering, wasn't he like sort of like ostracized and then he like wanted to like, whatever. It's just giving, you have, what's moving you forward now is not your head, it's your heart on a horse. Like you're a headless horseman, so essentially off with the heads and you remained in your heart center, and so you are left standing. It's like you are a front player for this next level, okay, in like our collective game, which by the way, it's a collective consciousness developer. So you are just basically on the forefront of the new teachings that come from the elevated consciousness, and you're laying them down into this particular moment of now that can be accessed through all time and space for others that come through, is what it's giving. So I'm seeing a measuring tape. Also the number 19. So it's giving that you are being fitted for your new clothing. Okay, so your sun, which is your star that's being born, is being measured and fitted for its like activation code, if you will, so that it can move into true Israel. Okay, take that as it matters. TIIT, the information tower, information technology, true Israel. Okay. Facts. Alchemist. Okay, you are the alchemist. All right, this is like, see, hand magic, alchemizing energy. Okay, this says balance, invention, and destruction. Okay. Ooh, and I love how it says solve et coagula. So whenever I see coagula, I think of coagulation. But really this is just like you are learning something, you're attaining it, and then you're embodying it and literally like integrating it or disintegrating it into self to become a part of your actual essence. Okay, this is the true ability for alchemization, like turning a stone into gold. So turning something that used to feel like it would break you into, like if somebody threw a stone at your head, it would hurt, right? So it's probably you collected a few stones along the way where people have stoned you. You know, this is like projections and all that other shit. And so you collected a bunch of stones along the way, and now you're alchemizing them into gold. And then you're taking that golden aura and just like fucking embodying that shit. And it's like flowing forth and creating all sorts of a magnificent thing. Something about ribbons too. It's like ribbons. Ribbons is giving me ribbons in your hair, or just ribbons, like, you know how you're like, you can be given a ribbon for like, you know, if you run a race and you win, you get a blue ribbon or a gold ribbon, whatever the fuck. And interesting, was blue, or no, it was gold. I don't remember which color was related to the first place. whatever. There's probably a code in that too. But anyway, it's also giving ribbons in a computer or in a printer. Okay. So your color, like your bandwidth, your color scheme, your ability to sort of like get into certain levels of energetic frequency has been like expanded. Okay. Like you're getting your ribbons replaced. Your new ribbons are on board online. Okay. So that's cool. And then also the sleeper is here. Okay. And this says cause and effect. And it also says clarity. So see how this eyeball is closed? So this looks like an eye in the clouds and it's closed. But if you look close, you see that even though it's closed, it's actually open, because there's like this dark part here that you could go into and you could explore, which would be like the void space. Okay. So every closed door is actually an open door. This is like the paradox that we need to be able to hold in our head so that we can move through the reality in like a really balanced way and sort of see things from both sides. So this gives you the true Queen of Swords in your mind so that you're able to see the double sword, but also the whole sword in and of itself. And then you're also to see the purpose and that it could have two purposes, but then there's more. So it's like always building upon understanding of self and other, and then just also being able to like go into your heart and rest and just let it all kind of fly away and be in your energetic center, which is your true essence of self. And I'm hearing it's just very, it's a new spirit. Okay. It's an Anunnaki spirit that you imbibe or you, have, and it's your own unique one. So you are fully authenticated, fully unique, and it's giving golden aura. Okay. Golden aura. But yeah, you also have this knack for sort of like, you're an activator. So you like wake up people who are resting. And not even resting. It's like you wake up the dormant files, if you will, the ones that just keep recycling, but never really grow. It's just like life after life after life. You might want to call them an NPC, but really it's just, they're just so ingrained in their program that it almost takes someone to like shake them out of their sleep in some sort of like a destructive way, to sort of like wake them up. And interestingly enough, we have, if you think about the people that are in the mainstream and all of the craziness happening, right, which I don't even watch, but it's just like, you know what's happening. Okay. It's giving that maybe it's getting so crazy because that's the shaking of like finally waking these people up to being like, hi, don't you see how horrible it is? Let's wake up to our own divinity within and reclaim our power. But you know, the people that are super ingrained just use it for more like, more separation and blame. And like, there's like no self-reflection happening there. So yeah, but it's giving you like wake up the like deepest depths of the ingrained sleeper. Okay. That's what it's giving. Okay. Anything else with this deck? They're saying no. They want me to do some tea leaves. Okay. So Spirit, give me some more. What else? What else do you want to tell this lovely, beautiful collective here? The tulip says great passion. And when that said, it was 33:53 on the timer. These numbers might mean something to you. The 5-3 keeps coming. Oh, the tulip. Okay. You have two lips. I just want to let you know. 1, 2. And it's like you want to get kissy. It's like, I want to kiss you. Okay. Like, you're so cute. I love you guys. You might have just kissed someone new, like passionately, or someone wants to kiss you passionately, is what it's giving. Okay, this is giving a little. All right, Spirit, what is this? All right, there's someone who wants to kiss you passionately, or you're just like a really passionate kisser. Yeah, but they're also saying where your passion flows is where your garden grows. So with your attention, with your passion, with your heart, it's like focus it on the energies that you want to be living in your next life, which, what is your next life? It's literally next second. Okay, so in every single given moment of now, you're creating your next fucking moment of now. So what are we creating? And that's when we become the master of our plan, the master of your perception. Okay, the perception master. And you can really shift anything when you get into it. You can shift, like, look, the Queen of Hearts off with their heads because she was testing the hearts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, she's not going to let any of these, like, fake freaking, like, people that have not really gotten back into their heart or whatever. She's going to take their heads off and see where they really stand. And that's sort of like where we are right now, in a way. Like, we dive into the forgetting to test our heart. And then, when we remember, we're like, oh. And this is giving when you wake up in a lifetime and you become your magician, like I said, and you gain your magi, and you know that you're like, you've been born above, if you will, or new, or whatever. You oh shit, I just lost the channel. The tulip, born new, when you gain that, man, I feel like I want to rewatch it because I was on a roll there. But no, it's just giving that you master the cycle. Okay, so if you're just thinking about your cycles happening every single second now, then that's what's up. Okay, the stork. All right, this is interesting. Okay. So this is so interesting. This is news of your rebirth, your star birth, okay? You might like Starburst, that candy, but your star burst. It's giving there's going to be a star that goes supernova in the sky, okay? And this is related to this whole rebirth of your new energetic, like your real life. Yeah. So you truly are a cycle breaker. See, this is what I mean. Generational cycle breaker. When the cycle keeps going and going, somebody has to break that cycle to reset it. It's sort of like a circuit breaker. You break the circuit to recode it, to reset it. And this is like what you're doing. Also, this does say news of birth or a new business opportunity. So like I said, well, I don't know if I said this, but you know, it's giving there's always new opportunities with you, because you are, when you attain your remembrance in the game, right, then you are able to like gain access and like co-create anything moving forward. Okay, so you become the master of ceremonies, okay, the MC of your life, the ring master. Okay, you master the fucking rings because the discs are who you are and you're mastering them. Okay. Also, you might be pregnant and having a baby. Congratulations if that's the case. Or you're going to hear about someone having a baby or something like that, or someone's going to come talk to you about business opportunities. Like something's being born, and we already know that it is your like true supernova in the sky, your champagne supernova. Yeah, kite, vacation. Oh my God, maybe you're gonna go on a vacation. Maybe you're on vacation right now. It's giving your life is gonna be a permanent vacation. That's fucking dope. All right. And you know why? Because you know who you are, and you realize that you're in a developer and you've been fully developed. And so now you're just going to sort of like just be in that frequency of like knowing self and realizing like you're the MC. All right. So whatever you want to MC, you'll see. And whatever you don't want to MC, you won't see, because you're the one creating it. All right. So there's definitely, people that are still in these cycles of death, okay, and rebirth, if you will, which is like constant, like karmic cycling, that look at you as some sort of, they're it's like giving you, their people are going to be giving you evil eye, okay, because they're like jealous or envious, and really they don't understand the work that you have done to attain this, because they're still in the blame and shame game, right? And you're in the grow and learn game, so they're just different. All right. So, and also I was hearing that like learn and grow is like lag time. So if we are in a simulator, right, and you increase your lag time, you increase the ability to render what you actually want to render. Okay. So you have a certain lag time where then you can like anticipate what's coming and then sort of like orchestrate it differently for yourself, okay? It's giving psychic powers activating. All right. Oh my gosh, this is a whole bunch that came out, and they're saying take them all right in order. Okay, so a fair man. This says dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Okay, so, okay. About a tent or a temporary situation. Sort of looks like a yurt. So, okay, a dealings with a fair man about a tent, or maybe this person maybe wants to go camping. Maybe you're going to go camping. Maybe you're going to go on, it's like giving, someone's coming in to ask you to go set up a tent. Okay, I don't know, or sit in a tent. All right, cool. And then, interestingly enough, this says sunrise, and it says new creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. So a fair man is about to come and invite you to do something, okay? And it involves sunrises and tents. All right, that's fucking cool. And then right here, it says cane. Maybe this person has a cane. Maybe they walk with a cane. Maybe you walk with a cane. Maybe it's like giving walking stick. But also this says pay attention to your health. So this person is doing this, like the goal is that they love you a lot, but it's also some sort of like a health thing that they want to help you with, okay? It's giving someone wants to come along and sort of like set you up on like a healthy new journey, okay, in your life. That's fucking cool. Whatever it is, you already know, like you're orchestrating this. It's like, you know that it's coming in, and this is a thing that is like a blessing and a gift for you, okay? And it's, I mean, it could be a woman. It doesn't have to be a man, but it's a person that has like blonde, gray, or white hair, okay? And it's regarding like, see, because we had that vacation and everything that I said, okay? You get it. You get the drift, all right? 43:13 on the timer. I feel like that's the message, honestly. Anything else, Spirit? I mean, no. They're saying not right now, because this message has like had enough and they love it. Okay, that's what they're saying. And Spirit, may this message get to whoever like needs to hear this right now, whoever it's pertinent to. And also, you know, we're doing this for unconditional love. We're doing this to share wisdom. We're doing this to help people on their path, okay? And ultimately, yeah, we're like doing this with that like pure heart resonance, okay? Aw, the poet. I'm sorry, this just came out. And you are a poet. It's giving you're a master poet. This person that you might meet with might love poetry or think that you're a poet or something about poetry, okay? And your thumbprint in your specific poetry, I'm hearing, okay? Like you have a specific way of doing things that leaves your own thumbprint, and it comes directly from source, and they want to talk to you about that too and show you how it can be very fruitful. Like this has to do with them sort of giving you an offer, and it's giving that they're going to, it's like a guide. Okay. This is good. This is good. Okay. You can trust whatever this is coming in, I'm hearing. Okay. It's like a trustworthy situation. I know that like in the past, you know, things have happened where your trust was betrayed, but you are, once again, that was you creating something to test trust and what it looks like and all of this, and to build your understanding of it, and also to build your discernment and all this. So, which you've done. So now you're going to know right away whether or not something is trustworthy or not, because your internal gut is going to tell you. All right. So yeah, look, the leg, stepping into a new experience. I mean, I said I was going to be done, but literally it's giving, they want you to know that you're really just like, you're about to do something new. Okay. And they want you to say yes. Like, don't, there's going to be some kind of like little thing inside of you. It's like, do I even deserve it? Literally, yes, you do. You deserve it. You manifested this and it's for you. So yeah, something about your lips. Okay. This person like likes your lips. I mean, it might not be like a love thing, but it just gives that they like your, they love your, I always hear this, they like your rhetoric, okay? They like what you say. They like your fucking mind. They love your mind. They love the way you speak. They do love to watch your lips, okay? Yeah, and interestingly enough, I'm getting the valley. So you might be going into like a valley, some sort of a valley. But it says deep personal strength and peace that assures success. So this, sorry, I told you I have a list, but I have to control it. This person is gonna like just really, this is a gift from God, okay? So fuck yeah. That's all we got to say with that. Thank you. If this message resonated, please hit like, please subscribe. This really fucking helps. If you want a personal reading, hit me up. I have a website. I'm about to lower my prices because I just feel like, you know, why not? And then also, what the fuck? Oh, I also sell art on my website. We have a Discord channel. Thank you so much to Desi Pie and any other like administrators that are helping with that. I love that you guys have a place to meet and stuff. And I have to be honest, like, I wish I could go on there more, but I also like am very like, I don't want to say like protective of my energy, but like I have a mission, right? And I sort of like have to stay in a certain frequency. It's like I like to spend a lot of time with like my extra time with spirit so that I can bring, this is the work, okay? This is my work. And so yeah, it's giving that, you know, I go on there sometimes, but most of my free time is spent like meditating, drawing, painting, writing poetry, just generally being with myself. But then also I have children, so doing things with them, and then like all the motherly duties. You know what I'm saying? Like the cooking and the somewhat cleaning. I'm not really that good at cleaning. Okay, I'm manifesting for like people to help me with organization and cleaning in my life. So that's the thing too that I really would love. But yeah. So we have that Discord channel, so go there and check it out. And also memberships. I offer memberships on my channel. So my membership videos are, you know, if you just want to get to know me more, or you want to sort of just more like hang out and have like more messages that are specifically geared, like I channel like what the members need to know in those messages, so they're way more like, I don't know. And also I share a lot of like personal stuff in those things. So yeah, if you want to know that or you're interested in it, check it out. Yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste. You guys are fucking cool.